Seagrave leaves the Star Hut then to get her UCI Downhill World Cup campaign out of the traps in 2025. Looking fast here, Seagrave attacking the top of the track. Tani in full flight, a sight to behold. It's go big or go home time for Tani Seagrave as she heads down to the first split. Crosses it and she's faster by 0.4 of a second. Tani Seagrave is up in impossible conditions here in Bielsko-Biała, the 29-year-old.
We've got a race on in some brutal conditions today.
9 times a UCI Downhill Elite Level World Cup winner, 28 times in the top 3.
She looks solid through here.
Tani Seagrave looking really, really good here on that New York bed. She's 1.6 seconds faster than Anna Newkirk now, Seagrave. Really nicely through that corner. This is so impressive, Nico.
Yeah, watch how committed she's riding through this technical wood section. Just taking these big holes, rallying through these ruts in this little wood section.
Seagrave really forcing that bike on with her elbows, making sure that that forward momentum that we've talked about all race long is preserved. Seagrave on a run here in Bielsko-Biała, 2.9 seconds faster now, 43 kilometers an hour for Tani Seagrave through there. Here we go through this tricky off-camber section. Seagrave, there's something that just spits the riders up the left-hand side, fighting the bike, stamping on the pedals. Seagrave heads through now, about as cleanly as any of the last few riders have.
Absolutely, it'll be really interesting what this last split says, and then it'll be all up to the final wood section.
Seagrave, what is she going to stop the clock at split 4 then? Tani Seagrave through this tricky off-camber and into the woods. 1.2 seconds faster. She's lost time, but crucially it's still green. There's still a margin of error of 1.2 seconds. Tani Seagrave through this really rocky right-hand corner now and heads into the really steep final section here in Poland.
She looks solid through here. Gonna go for the inside line. Can she hit this apex and get the exit?
Tani Seagrave nearly gets sent over the front of the bike. That will have cost her time. She's held on to it. Is she holding on to her lead? Tani Seagrave down the line. Tani Seagrave goes fastest at Bielsko-Biała by 1.7 seconds. Tony Seagrave, her dad, team manager, celebrates at the bottom. Orbea FMD into the lead here with just one rider to go at Bielsko-Biała.
Very impressive ride by Tani.
Huge ride from Tani Seagrave at round 1. Here she just wants to get back to winning UCI Downhill World Cups. UCI Downhill World Championship stripes retained earlier this year. But it's been a long wait for Valentina Höll's fans to be able to celebrate a UCI Downhill World Cup win, but let's see what the first split tells us. Look really strong out of the gate there, Nico.
Yeah, really solid through that section, mistake-free and on point.
Valentina Höll on track, looking good. 474 days since her last UCI World Cup win. She's had all the travails. She's 0.3 of a second faster at the first split. Oh, got forced onto the stem there.
Valley being ahead already, I think she can even extend this further.
On the hunt for another World Cup overall title. Wants to get back to winning ways though. 178 beats per minute on the Whoop Live for Valentina Höll.
Did a great job of managing that technical, awkward, slow section there.
What's the next split going to tell us? 1.7 seconds faster, Nico. She's going faster.
Yeah, the run seems to be building for her. She goes inside here across the grass, foot out. Wow.
Valentina Höll, this is the sort of form that saw her take her 4th set of UCI Downhill World Champ stripes. Gunnar watching all that man has been through the ringer this season. If Valentina Höll could get back to winning ways and lock up an overall title in the process, that would be absolutely superb.
She's well on her way to doing it now. You can see that light of her electronic suspension locked out here for this last section.
Yeah, huge advantage down low, 1.9 seconds at the 4th sector. So Valentina Höll looking hungry. Looking like she wants this one. We all know that she does. Is it wait for Valentina Höll?
UCI Downhill World Cup drought about to end. Is this going to lock up the overall title? It is. 2.8 seconds in the end ahead of Miriam Nicole. Valentina Höll take a bow. Finally back to winning ways. Takes the UCI Downhill World Championships title alongside the UCI Downhill World Cup overall in 2025. Takes another downhill overall title in some style.
Can their resident Canadian get them another one? Gracie Hemstreet leaves the start hut here in Ludenviel-Peyragueux. Conditions out on course as fast as they've been all week, but it's brutal out there. Wind up top, moving around. And the track just getting eaten alive, full of bumps, holes. Let's see what sort of speed Hemstreet can max things out on that big Norco prototype app through here. 3 seconds back to split one though.
Yeah, we can definitely see her speed on track. When I'm on the side of the trail watching, she's one of the fastest women and looks the best on the bike through any of the more technical sections. Obviously, we saw her results at hardline events like that. She can take huge jumps.
2.4 seconds back. Hemstreet currently. What's the third split going to tell us on this run for the Norco Racing Division rider? It's looked good so far through the split to Hemstreet for me. 1.2, so she's halved it through there, Nico.
Really impressive. And above the hole, too. That was,
yeah,
I don't know if that was planned, but it looked really good.
That hole looks huge, Hattie, now from where we're sitting.
Oh, it caught a few people out yesterday, and you can definitely get swallowed up in it. The arms can disappear as well.
So this is Gracie Hemstreet attacking that time of Valentina Höll now. Really neatly through that apex marker. She's 1 second faster than Höll currently. Gracie Hemstreet has found a load of time here in the woods, and is she heading for the hot seat in Ludenviel-Peyragueux?
Look at how fast she came through that last section.
Gracie Hemstreet absolutely motoring here in France. One more turn to go. Blows it apart. Gracie Hemstreet crosses a line and goes 3.1 seconds faster than Valentina Höll.
You could see the bike was going everywhere. She was doing a great job of just going with the flow. It looked amazing.
Nico, that's one of, if not the run of that young woman's career so far. She clawed back so much time on that.
Well, she was 3 seconds back and came in 3 seconds ahead, so she was 6 seconds faster than Valley from split 2 to the finish.
Look at Kathy Sessler and Greg Menard's reaction.
Yeah, the season's been a steady build for her so far. I'm sure she'd like to continue that trajectory in the right direction.
The team manager, Gabe Fox, looking on. 1.5 seconds now faster for Cabirou ahead of that time of Blewett. So for the first time, starting to look like it's in trouble. Marine Cabirou going to work here in the woods.
This will be the section we can see what she can do. I think Jess's time at this bottom 2 sectors was really impressive.
6th in the overall at the minute for Cabirou. 2nd here at the UCI World Champs in 2021. Goes super far out to the right-hand side. Gets really close to that tree on the way through there. Makes it work for her. Fastest sector time so far going to Seagrave. Cabirou, Blewett. She was so strong down the bottom of the track, Anna Jess Blewett.
She was, yeah. She carried really good speed, especially in the bottom. It seems like she was able to hang on, but it looks like Marine is going really well too. Yeah. 2 seconds up.
2.2 seconds up now. Cabirou is having a good time in the woods here in Val di Sole Trentino. A woman from Millau in France.
She took a tight line there when she went around that rock. She hooked it right and gave her a straight exit out of the woods.
Marine Cabirou looking really, really good here in Val di Sole Trentino. Is she about to be the first woman to displace Jess Blewett from the hot seat here this afternoon? Here comes Marine Cabirou down the line now. Cabirou sails the final jump, crosses the line and goes fastest by 2.2 seconds. Gracie Hemstreet leaves the start hut in Leogang and goes on hunt for 2 from 2.
Gracie's had a huge week. It's one thing to win one World Cup, but now the pressure, the expectation, the media afterwards.
1.2 seconds faster at the first split for Gracie Hemstreet. She's back at it again, Nico. 1.8 now at the second split. Where's she find that much time up there? Huge jump for Hemstreet.
So we saw an opposite rhythm. Some of the other girls went around the first wooden kicker, hit the second one. She hit the first one and went around the second one. So let's see how that carries her to the motorway.
Gracie Hemstreet up around 56, 58 kilometers an hour now across the motorway section. Josh, this is looking extremely fast up top. The big jumps and the high speed will not faze this young woman from the west coast of Canada.
If there is anyone in the elite women's field that can jump and has an exceptional talent at jumping and staying low to the ground, it is Gracie Hemstreet. She has honed this craft over the years at the Sunshine Coast Bike Park, and she is flying down here.
Well, she won it last week in the woods in Ludenville. Can she get the win out in the open here in Leogang? 1.1 seconds now at the third split. It's looking good, Nico, as she heads into the woods.
Gracie Hemstreet is firing here.
She just has that flow that makes every racetrack look like her local racetrack. And what do you make of the list so far, Nico?
Really nice. She ran a good setup to hit the first inside, and then she carried good speed to the tight right turn.
Exits that nicely. Josh heads towards the next split. 2.7 seconds faster now for Hemstreet.
2.7. She is flying through here. Look at the visible difference in speed. Getting over those roots, charging home. This is a fantastic run from the young Canadian.
Big pull from Gracie Hemstreet. Exits the woods through these awkward flat corners.
Come on, Gracie.
And we'll head out in towards the open now. Hemstreet within earshot off the finish, now within eyeshot. Is she going to make it 2 wins on the bounce? Is she going to win in Leogang? Gracie Hemstreet heads for Hoffmann, heads towards the hot seat. 3.1 seconds faster than that time of Marine Cabirou. Greg Menard yet again likes what he sees from his young Canadian rider. Nico, that was a huge run.
Huge margin. I thought Marine's time was going to be the benchmark, but she's really destroyed it.
Wow, what a run.
Let's see how she's getting on in this one as we join the run live. Then she's 7/10 faster, Nico. This is looking good from Hoffmann up top.
I really like that line on the ski wall. She kind of went outside to outside, like opened the whole corner up and carried really good speed across the grassy off.
Yeah, Hoffmann's last win came in Pal Aran Sal Andorra, where we go to next weekend back in 2023. Spoke to Valentina Höll earlier in the week, and she said that, you know, they both stay in Innsbruck, and she saw Nina Hoffmann down the gym just a couple of days after that huge shunt in Leogang.
Oh, that looked a little bit hectic coming through there. She kind of G'd out in that corner, and it cost her a bit of entrance speed. She seems to be recovering okay right now.
Just got pushed over the front of the bike slightly through there. Hoffmann, though, 1.4 seconds faster. She's doubled that lead, Nico. This track the same length as we faced in Leogang, but with 200 vertical meters more. It's 2.7 seconds now for Nina Hoffmann. This is looking extremely promising for the Santa Cruz Syndicate star.
She's been really steady through this whole run. I haven't seen any mistakes and nothing that's been crazy either. She's just upped the pace slightly the whole way through.
And that's what we talked about, Josh, isn't it? You can push too hard whenever it's this loose. Nina Hoffmann has just chipped away at this and kept it extremely focused.
So smoothly through that off-camber section. It's hard to tell, but she made it look easy. I think she gained a lot of time in that section.
Carrying great speed through there. We saw the additional speed carrying it through that rut. She also looks like she's riding with an extra level of aggression than we've seen from the other riders so far, and it's showing with the timing.
Steve Pete from the Santa Cruz Syndicate watching on. He'll like what he sees.
Yeah, definitely likes what he sees.
4.9 seconds at split 4 for Nina Hoffmann as she rails around that left-hander.
That strength really paying off in this lower section. Will she get the inside line? Carries great speed out into the off-camber. Enough speed there to jump on top of it. That's going to result in some extra time here.
Gracie Hemstreet's fastest time from qualifying yesterday was a 4:04.9. Nina Hoffmann looks on course to smash that. Here comes the German Hoffmann across the line. 7.1 seconds faster. A 3:57 goes sub 4 minutes. The first woman to do so here in La Thuile this week. Nico, I'm going to put you on the spot. Is that going to be enough today?
It's going to be enough to be on the podium.
I'm so